In my previous video on Balkan nationalism, I talked quite a bit about the disputes between individual nations in the Balkans. However, one thing I failed to mention is that these types of rivalries are pretty much global, so I've decided to talk about some of the most popular ones and their history. Here we go. This rivalry is probably one of the longest, if not the longest rivalry ever. It began way back during the 12th to 13th centuries, during the times of the Angevin Empire, and continued into the 100 Years' War. Yes, you heard me right. The 100 Years' War. Or 116, but it sounds cooler this way. But gradually the English were pushed out of mainland France, and like any other, the rivalry died off. Nope, just kidding. They decided if they can't fight each other directly, they'll fight for territory 5,000 miles away in a weird continent instead. And these guys fought a lot. In fact, if you look it up, it says they've actually fought 1,000,000 times. Don't think about it too much. But in the past 150 years, things slowly started to change as the two made an alliance and fought together in both World Wars and the Cold War. And the rest is history. Well, now. The rest is now. That's boring, and everyone already knows that, and I'm not here to tell you things you already know. So how about we talk about one that maybe you've heard of, but it's talked about far less. The Nordic countries today are some of the happiest and most well-developed nations on the planet, but it wasn't always this way. Most people have heard about the Vikings and their invasions of Great Britain and literally everything else, but after that, the school system kind of just drops it. Much like England and France though, Sweden and Denmark found almost any opportunity they could to fight, and their battleground was poor old Norway. This rivalry actually began after the Vikings, when Sweden broke off of the Kalmar Union, which was a state in the 14th to 15th centuries, consisting of most of Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Iceland, and little bits of Finland. It was a complicated union, which honestly deserves a series of videos on its own, but we don't have all day here. That's just medieval Europe for you. The two fought a lot of wars, but the one that really changed things was the Great Northern War from 1700 to 1721, where Sweden had to fight not only Denmark, but also Russia and Poland-Lithuania. They did pretty well at first, but naturally Russia eventually pounded them. Sweden was severely weakened by the war, and they knew that they could never regain the land they lost, which influenced their neutral stance that they still hold today. It's all joked about online and stuff, but the countries have really good relations and are generally pretty cooperative. Now, normally I'd do a third segment, but this video is taking forever and I just want to get out there. Like, subscribe, or don't. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you later.